I'm just wondering why these GMs have their jobs. I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan. I'm sitting up late last night, and I'm thinking, man, we missed on Chris Paul, but now what? I mean, at least we maybe could get a multitude of decent players and make our team more of a contender. And I get a notification per Woj, per Shams. The Bucks trade 3 first-round picks, 2 future pick swaps, Eric Bledsoe, and George Hill for Jrue Holiday. We'll unfold all of it in today's video. Talk about everything that happened yesterday. I'm currently recording this at 6:30 on Tuesday, November 17th. So that's the day after the Chris Paul trade. Day after Chris Paul I think was 2 days ago, but Bruce Brown, Eric Bledsoe, Jrue Holiday, Donte DiVincenzo, and Bogdan deal. Robert Covington happened yesterday, so that's what we will unfold today. I waited to record this because I thought today would be a lot more interesting after yesterday. I was like, I'll unpack as many trades as I could, but then nothing happened today. Not a single deal. Some players opted in, opted out, and that I'll run through with you real quick. But no trades happened today, and there's a ton of trades rumored to happen. So I waited on this video, but here we are. Sorry about the long intro. We'll hop right into the video. Make sure that if you want all the updates on free agency trades and you want opinions about them, my comment section will be filled with them, hopefully, and my videos will be filled with them. But I'll give you facts, and then I'll unwrap my opinions. But if you want content like that on the free agency in the NBA, the trades, and then also the NFL is still happening, I'm definitely keeping up with that. If you want all that content, make sure to subscribe. That's all I'm going to say because I know I had a long intro. Yeah, the first trade we're going to talk about is Robert Covington going to Portland for 2 first-round picks and Trevor Ariza. This was a cool move. I think it was good for both sides for sure. Portland wasn't really going to be able to do anything at 16. We saw them draft Anthony Simons as a project and then Nas Little as a project, and it's they're not going to get better right now with that 16th pick, and they need to right now because of Dame and CJ. Sorry. And then they give him next year's pick. It's not going to be super valuable. And Houston is dumping off some salary. I mean, Robert Covington is a great role player, but Houston had to get rid of him. It's time to hit the reset, and that basically confirms that all the rumors about Harden forcing his way to either Philly or Brooklyn is true. Russ is definitely demanded a trade at this point. That's all true. So Rocco is gone. He's a great role player, one of the most valued role players in the league for great reason. I mean, he's a 3-and-D to its finest. And he's very versatile, small forward, power forward, and even small ball center. I saw him run this year, so that's a great move for both sides. And then I also want to get into the Bogdanovich deal that happened a little while after the Jrue Holiday deal, and that will be the centerpiece of this video. So the Bogdanovich deal, Bogdanovich did a sign and trade with Sacramento, sending him to Milwaukee for Donte DiVincenzo, DJ Wilson, and Ersan Ilyasova. I was not happy with this deal as a Bucks fan. Donte DiVincenzo, I feel like, is just as good, if not better, than Bogdan. Maybe Bogdan's a little bit better, but we gave up the only depth we had at the moment, under contract at least, and we gave up a younger player who flashed this year that this upcoming year he could be a 12-point per game, 15-point per game scorer. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised if he put up 15 plus in Sacramento. I'm very mad about that deal. He gave us better defense, almost as good as shooting. He was a streaky shooter. Bogdanovich is more efficient. He is a better shooter, but late game you're not gonna have him in for defense. He's gonna have to get pulled out. And Milwaukee doesn't even have this money to sign a specialist, like a defender that could come in for him late game. So I am mad about that deal. But we're going to have to talk about this other deal. Eric Bledsoe, George Hill, 3 first-round picks, and 2 future pick swaps were traded to New Orleans for Jrue Holiday. Here's why this is bad, and here's why this is good. I personally feel like it's bad, but I'm going to give you both sides. The reason it's good, Jrue Holiday gives you better defense than Bledsoe. Bledsoe is an amazing defender, but Jrue Holiday gives you better defense. He's a little bit larger, and he shoots the ball 6% better than him, Eric Bledsoe that is, on catch and shoot, which is exactly what the Bucks needed. So that's great. It's all fine and well. That's the only good part I see. I mean, and you show Giannis that you made initiative to get your team better, right? Here's the bad part, right? And I'm going to start from the small bad parts to the big bad parts. You give up your best shooter on the team, one of the best in the league. You gave up your depth. You gave up your entire future. If Giannis were to leave, you don't have any picks. You're looking like the Brooklyn Nets. And Eric Bledsoe is like a welfare Jrue Holiday. Like, we just sold our entire future and our best bench player for a mini upgrade here. Why, guys? It was a panic. That's what it was, is we panicked. We saw CP3 was gone, and we were like, we got to get a deal done. Giannis is mad. And you did it so bad. Got finessed. It hurts. It does. So I want to talk about the Bucks a little more. So what's going to happen, it looks like, is Jrue Holiday is going to run the point. Bogdanovich is going to run the 2. Middleton's at 3. Giannis is at 4. And Brook Lopez at 5. Looks like those 5 won't be touched. The only other player under contracts, I believe, is Cam Reynolds, who is useless, obviously, and Thanasis Antetokounmpo, who is literally there to support his brother. Other than that, there's no one under contract. So really, we have a starting 5, and we have nothing else. We don't have money because we're giving it to Middleton, Holiday, who, by the way, is on a 1+1 deal. He might be gone after this year. Sorry, I'm really mad about that deal. Holiday, Lopez is making a bag. Not a huge bag, but he's making a bag. Giannis and Middleton. So we have no money to sign a decent bench. Miami still is more talented than us. Boston, Philly if they get Harden. Philly right now. Brooklyn when they get Harden. Like, we can't match up. It's that simple. The Bucks won't have the money to sign any bench players. They don't have the assets to trade for any bench players. This is not good. It's rumored around the league per Mark Stein that there's been a lot of talk about Giannis signing the 5-year extension, which is cool. If he were to do that, then maybe if he forces his way out, at least we get a lot of value for Giannis. And I'm honestly not even mad about that. But maybe we should have traded him before we traded for Jrue Holiday and gave up our entire future, right? Like, you have to make a choice right there. You can't go all in on Jrue Holiday. You know what I mean? So that makes me think that maybe they knew something. Maybe Giannis had talked about that he's going to sign. It's just not the right time. So they were okay with spending their entire future on Holiday. But in my gut, I feel like this was just a last-ditch effort. So that is scary. I also want to talk about Harden is pretty much officially forcing his way out to Brooklyn or Philly. There's been some rumors about how they want back like either Kyrie or KD in that deal, which absolutely not. So we'll see if that can actually get done. I feel like that was not true. I mean, it was per Shams according to like this random Instagram page, but I've been seeing it a lot and it's really scaring me, but I haven't seen it officially from Shams. So drop in the comments if you know that that's verified, but it's definitely not good for Houston. Like, if they want to get back Kyrie or KD, there's no Harden deal. They said they're perfectly fine. This is per Shams verified. Perfectly fine going into the next season with Russ and Harden, but both of them have demanded trades at this point. Russ, there's no market for him. It looks like the only two teams that are actually interested are Charlotte and New York, which will both probably end his career, in my opinion. Charlotte's deal would be something probably like Batum and Graham. New York's deal, honestly don't know. It'd probably be something like Portis and Mitchell Robinson or something of that nature. I don't expect RJ Barrett to get traded. I know that that's been a rumor, but that's just because New York fans will jump on anything. I don't see... Oh. Say no sponsorship. I don't see that actually happening. So there's really no value for Russ at this point, which it's surprising to me, but there is no value for him. There's also been talk per Shams that Washington will send John Wall for Russell Westbrook, which no team wins in that situation, dude. Like, the point of Washington sending John Wall somewhere is to get off his contract. They're actually taking on $3 million more in salary. The point of Houston sending away Russ is to hit the hard reset. You're trading for just as old a point guard with $3 million less salary. There's nothing improving that deal. Definitely stay tuned, because I thought tonight would be a big night, but tomorrow's draft night. Trades will be flying off the books. I promise you that. I expect to see Harden gone tomorrow night. I expect to see Russ definitely will be gone tomorrow night. Ben Simmons could be gone. And there will be some other surprises in there. I'd like to see what happens with CJ McCollum. Brad Beal, another thing. Brad Beal is completely untouchable. Like, they said he's untouchable, but like a really good deal would do it. That's not happening. They said they're absolutely not trading him this offseason. So Brad Beal's now off the table. Chris Paul obviously is gone. Some other guys are gone, but I wouldn't be surprised if teams like the Bucks are still trying to make moves, even though they don't have a lot of assets. I wouldn't be surprised if Middleton went. I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't be shocked if Middleton went. So keep your eyes out, guys. I really would. Guys, sorry, I'm blanking. But I really think you should follow Shams and Woj and turn on their post notifications, because anytime there's a post from them, something is happening. There's new knowledge out there, and I will definitely be putting out a video for you guys on free agency and the draft and trades every single day. I promise you that. I am not doing a rebuild from now on, for the time being, because I don't want to do a rebuild and then the day later their team gets all shifted up. You know what I mean? I want to see how this unfolds a little bit. Then I'll get back to rebuilds. I'll get back to the recaps for the NFL. I'll probably still do an NFL predictions video, depending on what happens. But if there's big news, I'm going to report the big news. I'm going to give you my opinions on the big news. So stay tuned. Drop your comments on what you thought of the Jrue Holiday deal. I know some Bucks fans liked it. So drop your thoughts on the deals. Drop your thoughts on the Harden deal, the rumor, all that kind of stuff, guys. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.